We are nothing sacred. We are nothing sacred. We are nothing sacred.
With Maxwell Silverhammer.
We are nothing sacred. With cruise control. We are nothing sacred.
Whoo! We have a new president. No.
Do we? I don't know,
who fucking
man.
cares at this point? This is a nothing sacred show.
He's still a president-elect, by the way.
He's taking precedent, yeah. He's not even a president-elect yet. He hasn't even been certified, so he's just a fucking dude who the media says is president-elect. But we can talk about that. Actually, I don't want to talk about that too much. I got a little philosophy tonight. But if you don't know who this is the Nothing Sacred Show.
Yeah, bitches. I'm Maxwell Silverhammer.
And I am Cruise Control, and it is the 30th of November, 2020. Just about to go into December, get this year over with.
You know, one thing I was just realizing, dude.
Yeah.
We've done this show for 5 years now.
5 years? That's right. Right
Yep.
around this time of year. 5 years.
Yep, 2015 is when we started doing it, like right around November.
Wow.
So
we probably
this is kind
have, Jesus,
Yeah.
hundreds of shows, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, easily. So we got, I know there's like 400 videos up there in all.
Wow.
Which, that's
with 30 views each, so we have about 1,200.
Right. Although, man, I gotta get a little butt plug out, man, to Schrodinger's cat, man. I actually sent him a couple videos, and he plugged our channel. Although my dumbass, I think when I wrote the name of the show to him, I wrote Nothing Scared instead of Nothing Sacred. So when he plugged it, he said, check out Maxwell Silverhammer show, Nothing Scared. And, but, dude, we got like 5 or 6 new subscribers out of it.
Hey, cool.
So that's cool, man.
Hey,
Cool
hopefully you're
shit.
listening tonight, enjoying yourself, or whenever you listen to this. We do a little recording usually the day before.
Right. And check his channel has a lot of like sovereign citizen shit and Karens and First Amendment auditors and just people being complete fuckbags.
Okay,
man.
I'll have to check that out because although at this point I've got to tell you, man, Max, I'm at the point, man.
Yeah.
I'm at the point where I just don't fucking
give
care.
a fuck.
You know how because now that's coming from me. You know, it's like whoa. I'm just like the whole election shit, the whole COVID shit. I'm just like, you know what? What the fuck ever happens? You know, whatever. We're fucked anyways, I think. We're all fucked. We're going to go... The world is changing so quickly that at this point, there's nothing really to worry. You either worry or, we're either fucked or we're not.
Right.
So, I mean...
So might as well enjoy the fuckery, right?
The whole election thing, I mean, I could go into the details. You know me, I deep dive, so I could go into the details about, all that. But you can find that. So, first of all, that's butt plug is Schrodinger's cat. And that's what he's spelled at on YouTube, right?
It's fuck. Oh, don't ask me to spell it, but Schrodinger's cat.
Yeah, it's SCHRODINGERS space CAT. Schrodinger's cat. Do you know what that is, by the way?
No, yeah, you know what? He did a thing on his name, but I never watched that video. What does that mean?
Schrodinger's cat is an experiment that they did. It's about quantum mechanics or quantum physics, where is there actually a cat in a box? It's like I think it's something like that. You have to go into it, but it's basically about quantum physics and about about your perception of reality affecting reality. So like, if the cat actually in the box until you open the box, or was there a cat not in the box? Like, is there actually something? Is something there before you actually see it?
So is it kind of like the tree falling in the woods when no one's around? Does it really make a sound?
A little bit, but definitely more scientific. And like I said, I'm probably butchering the shit out of it, but you can get more information.
Well, he also does flat earther. He argues with them too. He has some debates with them.
We have the internet, so we're gonna find out. We're gonna do because this is education time with Nothing Sacred here. Okay.
Yeah, man, we try to keep it educational.
So here we go. Let's see here. Oh my God.
You find his YouTube, or you just found that?
There's a note about independence stuff. So okay. Schrödinger cat is a thought experiment, sometimes described as a paradox, devised by Austrian physicist Erwin Schrödinger in 1935. The science presents a hypothetical cat that may be simultaneously both alive and dead. Oh, that's it. Alive and dead. A state known as a quantum superposition. as a result of being linked to a random subatomic event that may or may not occur. So it's the thought experiment is also basically where it's like, is the cat dead before you see it? Is it a lot? It's like, it's weird. You have to go into it, but it's definitely.
So is the cat alive or dead, basically, depending on
what some conditions are. It could be either alive or dead, and like I said, I want to go into it during the show. But check that out if you're interested. Go to the website, on the YouTube channel Schrodinger's Cat, or you can go check it out on Wikipedia to get an idea of what the actual thought experiment is.
Where the origin of the name came from, yeah.
And I have a butt plug too, but
right.
But my butt plug is going to go through I'm going to go through a little something here because I don't know how much you got, but I got a little. This is my thing here.
I don't have too much, man.
Yeah.
I'm kind of. It's been chill for me.
I'm in a obviously with the COVIDs and all that stuff, the lockdown.
Yeah, we all know.
What's going on there. So we're tired of talking about that shit, right? So let's talk about another shitty aspect of 2020 and recent stuff, which is the music. Okay, so. I don't know. Remember a couple weeks ago I did that. I did the thing for my brother with the top 40 thing where I did the song request. And
where we requested a song and said this is to you, whatever.
Part of doing that was that I had to go and look up and record like the beginning of Casey Kasem's top 40. All right. So I'm going back and I'm looking. So I go, you go down the rabbit hole on YouTube and you find shit, dude.
Right, you're like, oh shit, watch this.
Well, dude, so I watched the whole 1983 Top 100 Casey Kasem countdown. It's on the YouTube. You can find it. 1983's Top 100, and it had crazy shit like Oxy 10 commercials and shit. Dude, you got to check it out, dude. You got to.
I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it.
Yeah, dude, they have 80, but you can also find just weeks. Like I found 1991. May of '91 with "Cry for Help" by Cry for Help. Yeah, and "Baby Baby" was the #1 song for my birthday that year.
TLC, "Baby Baby"?
No, Amy Grant.
Oh, Amy Grant. Oh, that's right.
Baby, which is still better than 90% of the shit that's released today. But okay, so I go deep diving. So that's one of the butt plugs. You can check that out. Go back and look up Casey Kasem 1983 countdown, and it's like 4 or 5 parts. But it's like 6 hours, and like the last song, the 100th song is Frank Stallone, dude.
Frank Stallone.
Yeah. Going up the boom on the moment. This is the end.
Holy shit.
99 was "It's Raining Again" by Supertramp.
Oh, Supertramp.
It's raining. Okay. And then they had all these songs like so it got me just listening to all these stuff. By the way, another butt plug, if you haven't listened to a vastly underrated band, is Toto. They're fucking amazing.
Oh,
dude.
I got their greatest hits, dude.
They are fucking awesome.
Great. Yeah,
great band,
badass.
dude. And they have a great live thing. But that's one of my butt plugs. Another one is a guy called the Professor of Rock. And he talks about all these different 80s, like top 3 little hits of the 80s and stuff like that. He's really into like just the nostalgia of the 80s and 90s. Because music was just no question. It's observably better back then. Sorry. Bullshit.
Yeah.
If you look at the top, because there's also another one. If you look up top songs of, let me see if I can find this again here.
There was one video I saw on YouTube with Casey Kasem where he was talking shit.
Oh yeah, you showed me that. He was talking shit. Well, this one is, it's Casey Kasem. He's just talking about all the songs. And you just listen to the variety of songs from 1983 and even all the 80s. There's another one called Francis Pelletier, Top Pop Songs USA 1986. And he goes all the years in the 80s. And he goes little clips of like 250 of the top songs from each year. And it's just little like 5 seconds clips where you're like, holy shit. The music.
And I'm sure there's some forgotten freshness in there, huh?
Oh, yes, dude. Yeah.
Like, oh, shit.
Yeah, a couple of them, yeah. But my point is that you listen. I went through because I one night I was just like, oh man, I'm going to go through. So I went through all these different lists. The Casey Kasem one got me started because that was 1983. But he doesn't have a lot more. There's a couple more on there. Like there's a lot of those. Remember that old TV show he did, Top 10?
Oh God damn!
Hey, Casey Kasem, Top 10 songs. And he's like, this is the number 6. Here's our top 10 pop charts, and it. Because there's a bunch of those out there, and from 86, 85. But you can also find, like I said, these little clips of all these, the top 250 songs of each year. And it is amazing how much better the music is. But then you start noticing mid-90s, early 90s, mid-90s, it starts getting more and more shit. More and more
I think the real shit music though starts in the 2000s.
About 2003 or 2004 is when it really starts. But you can notice it. You notice the trend switching from like actual music, like different sounds and different songs and different bands. You start noticing that really changing in the mid 90s. Like I went up to 95. I said I'm going to go up to 95, and I was like, there was like 3 in the morning. I'm like, all right, one more. You know, because each video takes about 35-40 minutes because the songs go right. They don't show a lot of the song,
right?
But
it's a 5-second
shows you all this stuff. And this guy, Professor of Rock, he has interviews with Kenny Loggins and Toto from now. Like he goes and talks to them now, all the big stars.
Oh,
from the
so
80s.
it's 2020, and they're talking to him.
Talk 2020. Yeah, and he talks about all the different like top 5 songs of like I was just watching a video from him before you called while I was waiting to start the show, and it was 1984 versus 1987, which was the better year.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh,
well, you could do that with all of the 80s, in my opinion. But 1984 had tons of different songs. You know, all these different amazing songs and albums. That ask yourself a question. And I want if we have young people, please respond and comment. If we have young people viewing here, millennials or older, please list me 10 fucking amazing songs that even come close to anything impactful that have been released in the last 10 years each year. Can you find 200 songs? That I'm sure you can find 200 songs, but that 90% of them would sound all the fucking same or very similar.
Exactly. See, that's the thing about the 80s too, man. 80s and 90s is you had so much dynamic shit. You know, like you had rock, you had rap, you had R&B, you had country, you had you know what I mean?
It was all played on the same stations.
Yep.
It was all played on the same stations. Also, you didn't have uniform recording stuff. Like now, every recording sounds the same. Like most recordings sound similar. That's one thing I like about Zoomer, which we'll be releasing a lot of Zoomer stuff soon. My band is that we don't have. We're kind of rough. We kind of want it to be a little bit. We're not trying to be optimized and standardized and compressed all over the place because that's how the songs sound. Like each sound had a different recording sound to it. You know, not everything sounded the same.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what I noticed. Yeah, you guys don't have a formulaic, production or anything.
No.
I noticed that listening to your music.
And we don't have compression or auto-tune or anything like that. We use a couple little things, reverb and some other things, but that's standard stuff that doesn't require you to change. You're not changing a lot of stuff in the song or fucking with a lot of different things. But the main thing, though, that I'm getting at is that music was better. It was better. And I know I'm saying, no.
Oh, they try to do that. Yeah, they'll throw the old argument at you.
No, because I think 80s music and 90s music is way better than 60s and 50s music because that was the peak of actual entertainment. Even movies, everything was in that time felt like it was made because they wanted it to be good. They wanted it to be good and they wanted to express themselves. While you get this feeling now with almost everything, movies, music, everything, even TV commercials were fucking way better. Back then, they were just better.
Even TV shows, were way better. You know what I'm saying? Like now, you watch. I was one night trying to watch a few things on Amazon that sound somewhat interesting, and it was all just that same boring garbage fucking formula that they all use.
Like they all use the same kind of thing, and it just made me realize how it all changed in like the mid 90s, late 90s with auto tune and just PC computing. And I'm a computer gamer. That I'm a gamer. I love my PC and I love technology. But dude, there is nothing like listening. Like one of the songs that I heard in '83 was the Toto song, "Nothing Holds You Back Now."
Oh, slow one. It's a slow cut.
I don't want to hold you back now.
Yeah, that's a great song.
And then there's another one from '86. I'll get over you.
I'll get over you. Yep, that's right. That's them too.
Yeah, and that's just and they have a new album, man. Check out Toto 14, another butt plug. It's their newest. It's their 14, newest. Huh? Yeah, their newest album, or one of their newest albums, and they have the first like 3 or 4 songs. I was like, holy shit! I'll have to show it. We'll have to check it out sometime. Maybe even if I get out during the holidays, but who knows? COVID.
Hey, that's a bad word on here now today.
It is a bad word. But my point is that I got into all this old music and all this stuff, and I just made me realize even bands that I didn't like back then.
Now you like them, huh?
Like you start listening to like fucking Cyndi Lauper, and you realize how good a song Time After Time is. It's a great song.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, wow. Like back then I liked it a little bit, but it was more like, even girls just want to have fun. Or even Karma Chameleon, which has never been a favorite song of mine. But you're like, you hear anything like that today?
No.
You hear like anything?
Very rare.
Yeah.
The only thing you do, okay, one person, I think that's still pretty good. Well, he's a new school guy, is Bruno Mars.
Okay.
I dig Bruno Mars, man. I like his.
Yeah, there are definitely a few, but if Bruno Mars came out in '85, he would be lost in the shuffle, man. Come on, compared, or
true.
'84 compared to Purple Rain for Prince. You know Purple Rain was the #1 album for 24 fucking weeks in '84.
Damn.
There were only 5 #1 albums in 1984.
That's damn near half the year, man.
Yeah, there was Thriller, there was Thriller, there was Prince, Purple Rain, there was Sport was #1, which is Huey Lewis, another great fucking band. Huey Lewis
Sports
and the News.
Weekend or whatever. Yeah.
Just Sport, Unwanted New Drug, the album Sport.
Oh, that was a great album. It had I Want a New Drug and This Is It and all kinds of shit on it.
Footloose was another album that was #1. Then there was one more #1 album that year. I think it may have been Van Halen. I'm not sure. No, it was Bruce Springsteen, I think.
In the E Street Band.
Yeah,
Born in the USA.
Yeah, Born in the USA. Even him, man. Even I hate Bruce Springsteen. I'm not a huge Springsteen fan, but good God, if he came out today,
He'd be awesome.
I don't know. All I know is that you can just tell, and if you have an objective, I know it's all subjective. No, it's not, because I've read a lot of shit novels and stuff like that, and I've watched a lot of shit movies. I like watching shit movies, but I'm never gonna say a fucking Mission for Justice made-for-video movie that I saw in '91 is compared to Shawshank Redemption. You know what I'm saying?
Oh hell no! God
So
no.
my point is that you just can see it, especially since I've been into music so much more. I mean, I've always been into music, but just listening more and performing myself, man.
Right.
Dude, seriously, it's incredible how you see it. But check out Professor of Rock. He has a lot of stuff where he talks to the bands and stuff like that. Talks to Heart. Okay. He talks to Dan Fogelberg. Or he just
Dan Fogelberg's dead though. So that must have been a great interview.
Maybe he just has retrospectives and stuff like that, where he talks to all these people and has a great. The other one is Francis Pelletier, and he's the one who puts together all the songs from 1980. He even goes before 1980, I think. But it's just every single year throughout the 80s and 90s of like 200 little clips from each songs, and they all go down from the top hits of the time.
Wow, damn. So actually, you know what? You had a great little segue there, which I wanted to get into. You were talking about how you're into technology. Yeah. And you're a gamer and all that type of stuff. Now, I'll tell you, Cruise Control I would consider to be a MAHA, a Machines Against Humanity advocate. So he's the type of guy who would say, hey, the machine's not stupid, the person using it is, that kind of thing. Like you're always very pro technology. Well, recently you told me that you're getting a flip phone, man, and talk to me about that.
Oh yeah, well, I just think I mean it's still an option because they don't have certain functionality that I'd like, but I'm just tired of the pressing the screen to get stuff done. Like I can't stand when I'm off of a call and you gotta look at the screen and or you're trying to call somebody and the screen goes blank. And so I've just decided, I might just get myself a freaking flip phone because it's simple and there's tactile buttons and you can literally hang up a call, close it.
That's what I like about it, man.
Yeah.
I don't, like that whole. How do you? I don't know. To me, it's just foreign to me. How do you dial a number with an imaginary keypad? It makes no sense to me.
Well, it's hard. It's a very visual thing, and I can understand why it's frustrating. And I definitely like the smartphone in some ways, but I also notice that I'm just looking at it all the time, and I just want to get away from the technology. And the thing about it, the smartphone, the flip phones now, is you can get Map Assistant. You can get stuff like you can watch YouTube on it. It's not going to look as great because it's a smaller screen. You can get the internet. You can find things out if you want to. But it's not just this big ass fucking thing in your pocket. And now, because I went to I went to the store looking for a flip phone. I went to the to try to find one, the cell phone store, whatever. It was actually through my cable company because they combine that shit now.
Okay.
And I'm like, all right, do you guys have any flip phones? Like, well, we don't have any here because they don't, they're not.
They're hard to find, man.
Well, You have a couple of them. AT&T has one called the Smart Flip, and then Boost Mobile or one of those other fucking places has one called the the Flip 3, and there's a couple of them out there that are actually really, like, a lot of people like them, construction workers and stuff, because they're really durable.
That too. You drop them.
And a lot of them are really durable. Like, they're military grade flip phones. Like, I'm not going to get one of those. I get just a one that's more feature friendly.
Right.
But
Well, the one I use is the Kyocera Cadence, and so that's the one I've been using for like 2 years, and I like that
Kyocera,
one. It's 4G. Yeah. So it's good. I like that one. That's the one I've been using. But I'm always afraid, man. Like, oh God, if my phone takes a shit, what if I have to, because people would tell me, you're going to have to move to a smartphone sooner or later, buddy.
No, you're not. A lot of people are moving away from it because they realize how addictive and mentally damaging they are. Because they are. They're mentally fucking. They've actually been proven to alter mental health, like going on the internet all the time and just staying on your phone constantly. And you see it. You're at the bar and everyone's sitting at their phones half the time.
Oh yeah, they're watching videos and shit.
Yeah, and you're like, why don't you talk? And they're like, hold on a second, I want to watch this video. I'm like, oh fuck, or texting constantly. Like, I'm not really that big on texting anymore, man. They give me headaches, and it replaces conversations, and you can't really express yourself as much.
One good thing about texting, though, is sometimes with people you don't really want to talk to, you can just tell them what you need to tell them and then get the fuck out of there.
I'm not saying it's all negative. No, I'm just saying that overall, like, if you want to actually have a conversation with somebody, and I think that's a difference between new generations and other ones too. Like, new generation kids will actually type out shit, or people. And you might get the reference to this, but new people might type out something and then expect you to respond to that text. And you're like, why don't you just call me? And then they get mad you don't respond, like, because they're saying, and they're saying really fucking, like, intimate shit, like, when I was 12. And you're like, what the fuck? You're typing this to me. Why don't you,
Yeah.
And then they get mad you don't respond to them during the type. I'm like, why don't you fucking, I'm not going to respond to some fucking like an emotional conversation through text messages, man. Call, fucking pick up.
Oh, you talking about group text?
No, just anybody, any text, or even just chat through, like, different channels. They'll say stuff like, yeah, well, you don't love me, and it's like, whoa, it's a text. Why don't you, hey, let's talk, that's not,
Damn. Well, that's I tell you what's annoying to me is when because I have the Facebook Messenger app on my iPad, and it'll tell me you missed a call from so and so. I'm like, why the fuck would somebody just randomly try to call me on Messenger? Like, what the hell's wrong with you? So most of the time when I'm on Facebook, I'm on a computer, so I'm not even on the iPad. iPad's just really for me to just do Facebook Live shit. That's about it.
And with our Earthling stuff, by the way, earthlingmusic.com, Earthling Music, EARTHLINGMUSIC.com. You can go there for our Earthling performances. Next show is the 12th. Check it out. You can also see our previous shows on there as well. They're all on audio.
Merch too, man.
We got merch. Yeah, you can get merch at redbubble.com, and you can also click on the website to find it there. And we also, for all of our visually impaired listeners, I know we got a few of you fuckers out there, you blindos, you blinkies. We have a section on there that's all the audio files from those things, and you can download them or listen to them there. Or if you can't listen to them, you can download them, and any decent internet connection will get it downloaded in about 5 minutes. 2-hour shows, all very audio friendly in a lot of ways. There are some visual things, but overall, I think you would agree, Max, that that's very audio friendly.
Yeah, for the most part. Your Halloween show was a little visual. I was going to tell you that, man.
Yeah, well, that happens. That's not thing we're going to, there will be some visual things because, 95% of the world is visual. But
right, and they want something to look at,
But most of it is music and just us talking in the background. It's kind of done at the beginning where we do an intro, but everything else, a lot of it is very music intensive. It's very music intensive, so check that out. But where's I going with that? I was talking about
like just Facebook Live, or just somehow we got into Facebook Live and Facebook Messenger and all this.
Well, I was talking about Earthling Music. I was saying that even with that technology, and it's great to be able to broadcast to the world, there's nothing like being in front of an audience and being in front of people, and actually performing in front of people who are in the room with you. I think that's one thing that I've really, really can't wait for this whole fucking bullshit to be over with. Or at least to calm down to the point where we can go and actually listen to live music again.
Right, right. Well, then you can hear people's laughs. You can see their facial expressions.
Yeah.
You know, so you know that, like, damn, okay, they're reacting. You know.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, it's you know, it's great, and we're doing a great thing. Me and Chris, you know, Ranger Danger, and my buddy Bees, the drumming. We had a drummer, so come check it out. But also keep an eye on that live music too. If you're out there too, if you can actually go out and see people live, do it.
Oh yeah.
But I guess
Definitely.
what I'm getting at is that technology is great, and you're right. I am a Maha in a lot of ways. I do love my gaming, and I definitely love my computer. I got a I got a pretty decent computer, 2070 graphics card. You know,
That's what's awesome, man. You know, the fact that you are such a Maha, but even you say, "Hey, I'm gonna get a flip phone because I don't like this bullshit with these smartphones." You know, there's something wrong with this. You know.
Well, they also tend to fucking, like, my battery is shit, and they put all these updates out, and then they fuck with your phone and fuck with everything with these updates. Like, you probably haven't gotten an update on your phone at all.
I've gotten a few updates. There was one time where it powered off all of a sudden. I'm like, what the fuck? And it was installing an update.
Yeah.
So it does update, you know, from time to time. But yeah, probably not as often as you say yours would, you know.
So, yeah. So, anyways, that's been my thing this recently. Just like, wow, like, we used to, you know, as a kid, you take it for granted. Like, when a song comes on, like, even a song like fucking Tina Turner, What's Love Got to Do with It, or Private Dancer. When I heard those songs when I was a kid, I was like, oh, yeah, Private Dancer. But if you listen to the songs comparatively to the music of today, half the, you know.
Oh, here's another butt plug real quick, talking about music.
Yeah.
Have you seen Live at Daryl's House?
Yes.
Okay, on YouTube. It's Daryl Hall and all these musicians come over and
Yes.
play with him, and they do a live show and shit. That's pretty dope, too.
That
man.
actually started on a station called Palladium a while ago. We used to watch that at the Ranger Resort a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he had Daryl Hall. He has all these musicians. He had Kenny Loggins come over. Yeah, he's got a bunch of different.
Someone where he did a song with Queen Latifah.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, God damn, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know.
And like
pretty,
another thing about those music stuff, and this is the last thought. We'll go from there on that. Is you forget when you're younger when songs came out. Like, I didn't know that "Out of Touch, Out of Time" was a '90s song.
What?
No.
Dude, that was 1984.
No, not '90s. But there's a song of theirs that's a 1991 song that's a huge hit. Let me find it out here. What is that song?
Is it So Close, maybe? So Close, So Far Away? I think that was 91, if I remember
Let's
right.
see here. So Close.
Which is a great song.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
But you don't. But that's that. See, I thought that was an '80s song. So
No, man.
close.
Because I remember that song coming out. I was a sophomore in high school,
Mm-hmm.
and that song was popping. Yeah, no, I do remember that song. So,
But you don't. Like, there's a lot of songs like that. Like, we're like, oh, that came out in that year. Holy shit.
right. Well, because your radio, you know, your I call it your radio signal was a little foggy. Because, you know, your memory back then, you don't put stuff in order like you do now.
No,
you know?
you don't put. You think about like different stuff. Like, I thought "This Is It" was from '86. But I got it confused with "Happy to Be Stuck with You."
Oh yeah, that was 86.
Yes, but I got "This Is It" confused with "Happy to Be Stuck with You" and thought "This Was It." "This Is It" was '86.
No, that was 84.
Yes, that was
actually.
on Sport. I know. Now I know.
Actually, it's funny though, man, because you know, that's the other thing too. Albums, you know, when they came out, they would have hits over the span of the years. You know what I'm saying? So an album could be popping for like 3 years before they drop something new.
Just a perfect example of that is that when I was watching Professor of Rock, Thriller came out in late '82. The album.
Damn.
The song
Wow.
Thriller wasn't released until '84.
Oh, damn.
So
That's
he had 82, 83, 84. Same with a couple other albums too. You know, like
so
they
he
would
wrote
go,
the success of his album for a little while. You know, it wasn't just like, oh, I dropped it and boom, it's gone. It's like farting when walking out of a room or something.
Well,
you know?
that's another big shift in music is that albums are obsolete at this point. There's no need for albums. You can have because you people don't listen to albums anymore. I don't listen to albums that much. I listen to you know, songs from albums. I'll cherry pick songs and have them on my list, and then I'll just listen to the song when I want to, right?
Yeah.
But in terms of albums, that's why another reason, you know, a little inside scoop here on the Zoomer, which is ZUMUR. You'll be hearing more about that shortly. The band I'm in with my buddies. we were gonna wait and just try to get like 10 songs out, 12 songs out, get a full album. But we're like, why are we waiting to put the songs that we have done out, right?
Right, just put them on SoundCloud.
We put them out on Spotify. Just like the Library song, which is a Earthling music song. By the way, you can find that on Spotify and any other major streaming service. Can't keep
that's
quiet.
up already. Yeah?
Oh yeah, it's been up. Yeah, I've mentioned that before.
Nice.
Okay. But yeah, we can release these songs, get a base of songs out, and then just release songs as we make them. This is the way it is now. With the new format. Because radio doesn't. I haven't listened to radio in fucking 10 years, dude.
Oh, I don't even know what's out there now,
like
radio-wise.
I'm talking
I
about.
used to know all the stations, but now I'm like, what is what anymore? Matter of fact, I was tripped. There's a group that I'm in called I Grew Up in Vegas, baby, Vegas. And I was talking about 94.1, how they used to be. Remember back in the day, they were KXTZ, and then they changed to like 94 Jams, KJMZ, in like 93, 94, something like that.
No, then they came and then they went to 94.1 Mix FM in like 94, 95.
Oh, no, Mix FM came later, man. That was like 97, 98, something like that.
Really?
So, yeah, they got quite the history. Because I remember I used to record shit off there all the time.
Well, of course, it's
when they played old R&B.
Yeah, it's like 98.5 and all that shit,
Yeah. So it's the only time I hear radio, honestly, is when I get, like,
car.
if I take a lift. A Lyft or an Uber or something. Somebody's got it on. But normally, I'm not, I don't know what's going on with radio now. I mean, it's pretty much it's on its deathbed, man. And that's the other thing, too. Like, broadcast media, it's
on its deathbed.
Yeah. So
just like going up toe in the political and the stuff. The reason why people don't trust the media is because they're corrupt as fuck and they're not telling you what you want to hear. And you can get much better information and much more interesting entertainment from YouTube. Like I said, I spent 7 hours listening to songs from 80 to 95 one night. That whole list, I just went through all the. I'm like, I want to keep hearing because I wanted to hear the songs. I'm like, that song, holy shit! I don't remember that song.
Yeah. Well, that's shit. I'm gonna have to check them out. Professor of Rock, huh?
Professor of Rock is one, and the other one is let's see, what's his name again? Francis Pelletier. But if you look up Top Pop Songs USA 1986, you'll find it. But the author is Pelletier. Just think of Francis or Pelletier. You'll find him there. Other one is Professor of Rock, and the other one is just look up Casey Kasem's 1983. They don't have any other ones up there like the full year, but they have top 10s and they have top 40s from different years, and a lot of them have the commercials in them. Like I said, Oxy 10. Like there's a space.
But just to even hear those commercials, you're like, damn.
Yeah.
It brings back memories because you used to listen to the commercials.
Yeah.
Like now, I walk the fuck out of the room, dude.
Like,
when
I remember commercials from the 80s. Like I remember song commercials from the 80s, like radio commercials. Like
jingles.
or the Oxy 10, the deep voiced Oxy 10.
Execute them.
Execute them, because it's about space invaders, face invaders. You'll hear this commercial. If you listen to this thing, you'll hear this commercial. It's watch out for the face invaders. It's Oxy 10, the most prescribed. And it's just like holy shit. And there's one about this fucking fragrance, and there's a couple of commercials on there. You'll laugh at it, but just listen to Casey Kasem go. All right, because I used to listen every Sunday.
I think it was Sundays he was on, and then for a while it was Saturdays. Remember Saturday mornings?
Yeah, but I remember.
I played it twice.
Yeah, I remember a lot of times it was Sunday evening because I go to bed listening to the top 40 countdown or something like that. Or
that's right. And then it was Saturday morning too because I remember I'd wake up and put them on. Yeah, I'd be like, oh shit, Casey Kasem's gonna be on.
Yep, and you listen to the top 40 songs of the week, and they'd have the Dear Casey.
Here's your long distance love dedication or whatever the fuck it was. So, actually, I might even work out to one of those tonight, dude.
Yeah, and they start out with part one is, obviously it goes down from the top 100. Work out for one of those. I would try the, you might want to, I think you get a kick first out of the Casey Kasem top 183.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking to do. Actually, does it play straight through, or is it a playlist? What kind of?
It's broken into parts. Let's say part 1, part 2, part 1 and 2, part 3 and 4.
Okay.
So, like, let me look it up right now. Let me see here.
Because, dude, I may even work out. It's just something where I don't want to have to, get off the treadmill.
No. Each one, let's see here. Where is that? Let me find it here. Casey Kasem, 1983. Okay, 19. Okay, here we go. Casey Kasem's American Top 40 Special, 100 Top Song Hits of 1983. Part 1 is Part 1, and it's it's that one's 2 hours and 28 minutes.
Oh, okay. So that gives me plenty to do.
Oh yeah, because remember there are all
that's gonna be
they're all there's part 1 and 2, part 3 and 4, and part 5 and hold on, let me just check.
Damn, a lot of listening, man. A lot of listening.
Yeah. So anyways, check those out. But you'll check them out if you just look up Casey Kasem's top 100 part
100 of 1983.
Yeah, it should be one of the top ones up there.
Okay.
And you can check that, or I can just send you. You know what? I'll just send you a fucking link to your
all right.
to Facebook.
Cool.
How's that?
Yeah, just shoot it to my Facebook, and we'll do my workout, man.
You'll get a kick out of it because the moment you'll hear the intro and go, "Holy shit!" So I'll send that.
Yeah,
out
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Just be like, "Oh my god."
So, anyways, yeah, I'm trying to be more upbeat. Just try to find things that music because I've been looking for new music and I try to find new stuff, but everything, like I said, sounds the same. And there's so much that I'd never listened to, like back B-sides and other things from albums back then. And damn, some of it's just real good, man. So.
Yeah, well, that's it. You know, you can, and like you're right though. There was music that I honestly can say that I said I used to hate. You know, back in those days, and now I'm like, hey, man, that actually sounds kind of good. Yeah. I want to download that or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So, but
so Professor of Rock is another one. He's like I said, he's more passionate. He talks a lot more, and he kind of gets a little bit over dramatic, like the way you felt when you heard, don't you want me, baby, when I was 5 and swimming in a pool, you know, and I'm like, but it's still kind of it's still kind of true though, you know.
Yeah.
So,
damn,
that should be coming your way. So you should be able to just click on that.
Cool, man.
Anything else you got?
No, man. That's pretty much it. You know, the holiday was pretty uneventful except for getting sick.
Yeah.
I got way hammered on Friday night, and Saturday I felt it. So, you know, I was like, oh, shit.
Well, no, let's tell them what exactly happened, see, because this is a stealth. You'll know this. Don't get worried if this happens to you because it's a normal occurrence here when it happens with Well,
it was weird, man, because I went out drinking Friday night, and I guess I was there for a while and pounding a lot of liquor, you know, whether it was shots or I probably only did 2 shots, but the rest was all beer. But those big ass 24-ounce beers.
Yeah.
And there's a new term I want to share with you too in a second. You may have seen it on Facebook. But anyway, the next morning, Saturday morning, I wake up and I'm feeling okay. You know, I'm like, oh, okay, you know, just normal shit. You know, so I get up, I have some yogurt for breakfast. And I'm just doing my thing, whatever. And then around lunchtime, my friend Loon brought over some stuffing the day before that she made. And so I had it in my fridge. I'm like, oh, let me heat that up. And I was looking forward to it, too. So it wasn't like I didn't have an appetite. You know, I was like, oh, yeah, let's do this. So I microwave it, and I eat that whole thing and whatever. And then I put a dip in later. And that's when I started to get the sweats, the nausea, the whole bit. And I'm like, wait a minute, what the fuck is going on here? And I'm like, I don't feel good. So I went in, I tossed the dip in the toilet, of course. And that's, of course, when I was starting to get the shakes, the sweats, all the shit you have when you're about to puke, you know, the saliva. And so finally I just said, fuck it. And I just hurled in the toilet. And then I just was feeling shitty the rest of the afternoon. So it was just weird to see that kick in so much later.
Yeah, but interesting.
You know what I mean?
And now, because the thing about you is you dip when you get up. So you dip before that.
I had a dip already. Yeah, I did.
So it wasn't like that dip was the catalyst. Maybe it was just like because you ate and then dipped, or maybe, you know.
Like you said, man, there's no rhyme or reason for it. It just comes on.
Like a wave.
Like you could get it. Yeah, you can get it like later in the day. You know, you be going fine, and all of a sudden some shit, whatever it may be, will trigger it, and you're like, oh fuck, I'm not feeling good.
Here's another question. Did you drank Wednesday night too, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
And Thursday night. Yeah, there you go. Yep. That's it. It was the catch up. Like you're like, I'm fine. And then your body went, no, you're not.
Yeah, my body was like, that's enough, fucker.
Because you didn't like drink like I just had a beer on Wednesday. I just had 2 beers on Thursday. I just kind of had a little sippy. I just had I had a little martini. That's about all. You just got a little buzz. No, you had the same amount you had Friday that you had Thursday and Wednesday, probably.
Oh yeah, no, you get hammered. Oh, and by the way, me, Robert, and Dave came up with a new term.
Okay.
And what it is. It's when somebody gets drunk and starts being a fuckhead because of the alcohol.
Oh, yeah.
We call it Alksama been drinking.
Alksama been drinking?
Yep, you turned into Alksama been drinking. You know, and I get that from the, you know, because the one time when I got really fucked up and I got pissed off at the fact that I couldn't get a ride or some shit. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's why we need a 911, motherfucker. You know, that whole bit.
Oh, yeah.
So Dave always fucks with me about that. So I'm like, all right, you know what? And then yesterday, that's what I came up with, because the other night he was at Alksama been drinking a little bit with me. Uh-huh. So
Alksama been drinking. Okay.
Alksama been drinking. Yep.
I'll have to use that. I'll have to show it to my buddies.
Yeah, they'll love that. Yeah. You guys definitely can throw that around for sure.
By the way, another little butt plug for our buddy Ranger Danger, who we're gonna be closing out here. I guess that's it, right? I don't have
pretty much.
Yeah, like I said, I'm in a great mood. Just you know, it's amazing. Like, you think, oh, there's no good music today, but dude, you have access to all the music from the past. So if you can't find anything right now, my suggestion is to go back, and same thing with movies and everything else. Fucking just go back and watch some old shit. And you'll be like, yeah,
that's true. You can still watch those, the things you liked.
Exactly.
You know?
So yeah, God damn it, you know. But anyways, Ranger. As you know, at the beginning of our show and at the end of our show, we have a little intro. So let's get another butt plug props out to the Ranger Danger for helping us create that. He does the bass line, the drums on that, keys. So, So a little shout out there, little props for that. And you're gonna
he did all the music, didn't he?
Pretty much. That? Yeah. He's the producer.
That's all him. We just did the vocals.
Well, that's part of the music as a singer.
Oh, I see. We did the accompaniment. I would call it the accompaniment.
No, he did. He was great. It was great. So, anyways, when you hear our intro and our outro, he's actually part of the Earthling Music project as well as Zoomer. So, anyway, you'll hear at the beginning and end of each of our shows. But fuck it.
Here, man.
I guess we're done, man.
That's how we go in and out.
Go ahead and rock out and work out, man, with some gaysification. Anyways,
definitely.
I am Cruise Control.
And I'm Maxwell Silverhammer.
And that's the story there. Casey's top 40 bitches.
We are nothing sacred. We are nothing sacred. We are nothing sacred.
With Maxwell Silver.